Welcome to the beginning of the revolution. My name is Ted Peck. I'm the Energy Administrator for the state of Hawaii. I do want to thank you for coming, welcome you here. I think there's a lot of buzz and excitement. We're excited and we're glad you're all here. I'm going to do kind of a quick scene setter, and then we're going to quickly yank me off the stage and let the people that actually are doing something come up here and talk to us about what they're doing. And then we're going to have a conversation about finding those barriers and figuring out a way through them. So what I'm going to walk through today is a little bit of why we're doing this. So first, if you weren't aware, Hawaii is the most petroleum-intensive state in the country. Fully 75% of our electricity comes from petroleum. Really, actually, about half of the electricity generated in the United States from petroleum is generated in Hawaii. Huge amount. Not just petroleum, but also for, of course, marine energy, ground transportation, and being an island state, a significant amount of fuel goes into jets. So how do we abate that? How do we take that volatile and price and supply commodity, get that out of our system? Well, 2.5 years ago, we set a big, hairy goal of 70% clean energy within a generation. And since then, a collection of folks across the state and expertise coming from across the world, literally, have been coming and helping figure out what it's going to take for us to get there. We have a wealth of renewable resources to tap into across all of our islands. Each island has a different profile and portfolio of renewable resources, but we are rich in both the breadth and depth. And this graphic here doesn't even show you the biomass resource, the wave energy resource, the OTEC resource. We have a tremendous amount of renewables. What a blessing for us as a state. And part of that, and part of the problem set that we are wrestling with in our partnership with the Department of Energy, is how do we get there? What's the pathway? And I'm not going to spend a lot of time going into that pathway, but I'll reassure you that we are spending a tremendous amount of time and effort working with all of the stakeholders to figure out what that pathway looks like. It's not just changing numbers in a spreadsheet. It's really figuring out how to integrate this energy into a new system. So we've actually been at this for quite a while. Where's Tom? Tom Quinn. Here's one of the early leaders for alternate fuel vehicles. Tom was there when people were saying that this couldn't be done. Of course, many of us are still here now when some are saying it couldn't be done. But Tom was there at the very beginning, and we appreciate the work that he's done and the work that he continues to do at the the Center for Advanced Transportation Technologies. Thanks, Tom. And I think, actually, this is your license plate, isn't it, right? I saw a car today. Actually, I saw the Tesla. I think the number, what's the license plate number? Is Francois here? It's like 255 or 526. So we've had some EVs here in this last 13 years. But was it? 499. There he is. So in 1997, Act 290 made it from the beginning, created the license plates, and says if you have an EV, you can drive in the HOV lane and you get free parking, which means even on street parking for the counties. So that's still in place. And then after a long period, we passed Act 156. This is was part of a significant package passed last year at the same time as we passed 155, which set a 40% renewable portfolio standard, one of the largest in the nation, certainly one of the largest, if not the largest, without a large hydroelectric play, and a 30% efficiency standard. And so in conjunction with that, we set some mandated requirements for large parking lots to make room for and give a preference for electric vehicles. We also said the state is going to lead by example, and we set a prioritization. If those vehicles are available, the state's going to buy them. And we're working with our counterparts across Accounting and General Service, Department of Transportation, and other folks in the state that buy vehicles to put this into play. And then this year, we basically have it's a right to charge for condominiums. Very important, as many people in the state, myself included, live in a townhome or in a multifamily unit, and we want to make sure that we remove barriers for people to be able to charge their vehicles. Isn't that a great photo? So many people are excited about this. I think the language that I'm supposed to say is that we are currently in the procurement process, and that's pretty much all we could say. So please don't ask anybody, because they're just going to have to look embarrassed and say, I really can't talk about it. But suffice to say, we received some stimulus funding. We actually received, this is about almost 20%. Is that right? Yeah, almost 20% of our stimulus funding. We put a formula money we put into transportation, because we believe, as the USA Today wrote about 2 months ago, that Hawaii is the place to do alternative fuel vehicles. So we want to make a big push to make that happen. And so if you buy an electric vehicle, you can get a rebate. We have a number of folks that have applied for grants, and we're beginning the transformation. And you're all here, of course. We've got, if you haven't looked at the program, or if you're not signed up after this or on the break, go over on the other side and get signed up. We've got about 1,200 people here this week, and if you look at the lineup of workshops, they are tremendous. We've got speakers from all over the country and all over the world, all over Asia. So it's a great event, and we're really glad to be able to host this here today. And we're excited for what you all are going to talk about today. So before I go on to these panels here, I want to ask, raise your hand if you're an auto dealer. How many auto dealers we have here? Okay. How about if you're in the electric vehicle industry? What if you're in the renewable industry, PV or wind industry folks? Okay. Utility? Great partners. University? I saw some university folks coming in. Electric contractors and installers? We got some of those. Government, of course, because Lord knows we don't have anything to do. And then, how many people here plan to purchase an EV in the next, wait, before I ask that, how many people here are from condo associations or are parking lot owners? Great, super. And then lastly, how many plan to buy an EV in the next 1 to 2 years? All right, a lot of hand raisers, very good. Okay, so I think at this point, I'll look to Margaret and make sure I'm on track. Did I miss anything? Okay. So I will hand it over to Ken Kelly from the National Renewable Energy Lab, and he is going to introduce our first panel. Ken?